People all over southwestern Connecticut and the world are reacting to the death today of former Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi.
Well, those are the celebrations in Tripoli Square today as Libyans learned of Gaddafi's death after months of unrest. Officials say revolutionary fighters overwhelmed his hometown of Sirte, where the 69-year-old reportedly was barricaded with heavily armed loyalists. They say Gaddafi was wounded and died a short time later, and that graphic video reveals his body being paraded through the streets of Misrata as a crowd chants. Later, President Obama sent a message to the people of Libya saying they had won their revolution.
Libyans through southwestern Connecticut said today that they're celebrating as well. They say that they hope Gaddafi's death will mark the end of tyranny in their home country. News 12 Connecticut's Hanan Kamal met with members of the Libyan community in Bridgeport, and she joins us from the University of Bridgeport campus. Hanan.
Becky, Libyans here are telling me it most definitely is a momentous and a historical time.
I sit in my room from 6 o'clock a.m. to watch the news.
And I call them. Some of them, they cry, they happy, they laugh, and they cry at the same time.
I am so happy. I can't, describe what I feel now.
A feeling shared both here and in Libya.
Great. Okay.
We met up with Dr. Abu Bakr Saeed in Danbury today, a Western Connecticut State University professor. He says today marks a moment he's been awaiting for years.
Not only the Libyans are safer by his death, but even the region of the Middle East is safer by his death, and the international community as a whole is safer by his death.
He was once an aide to Gaddafi. Corruption led him to become part of a coup to overthrow the leader. An unsuccessful attempt, meaning he had to flee the country or be imprisoned. An ultimatum this community hopes no Libyan ever has to face again.
I felt like the Libyan, they finally they get their, their rights. For 42 years, we have been very long years for Libyans.
But according to Dr. Saeed, the road ahead is likely to be a bumpy one.
They have to learn from scratch. Learning from scratch has its own pitfalls. They're going to have problems. They're going to have some hiccups. They're going to have some bumps in the road.
Now that this menace to the international community is gone, these Libyans say they can finally feel safe going home to their families and visiting Libya. In Bridgeport, Hanan Kamal, News 12 Connecticut.